hate driving your modern car. You step on the gas, the engine screams like a vacuum cleaner, but the car barely moves. It feels disconnected, like a rubber band stretching before it snaps. This is the CVT experience. It is taking over the automotive world, killing the joy of driving, and in many cases killing your wallet. Go to a dealership today. Honda Civic, CVT. Subaru Forester, CVT. Nissan Rogue, CVT. Even the mighty Toyota Corolla uses it. Manufacturers tell you it is for fuel efficiency and smoothness, but that is only half the truth. The real reason I love CVTs is simple. They are cheaper to build than traditional gears. Oh, understand the failure. You must understand the mechanism. A traditional transmission uses steel gears locking into place. Solid. Reliable. A CVT continuously variable transmission uses the cone-shaped pulleys connected by a steel belt. It changes ratios by squeezing the belt, expanding and contracting like a bicycle chain derailleur. Here is the engineering flaw. The entire system relies on friction. The smooth metal belt must grip the smooth metal cones without slipping. It is a physics nightmare. To prevent slipping, the transmission pump must apply massive hydraulic pressure to clamp the belt. This generates incredible heat. We cannot talk about CVTs without mentioning the villain of this story, Nissan and their supplier, Jatco. In the early 2010s, they flooded the market with millions of CVTs that were fundamentally flawed. The cooling was insufficient, the belts slipped. They turned reliable cars like the Nissan Altima into disposable trash. Mechanics know the sound. The Jatco Whine. It starts as a low hum on the highway, then it becomes a drone. That is the sound of the bearings grinding themselves to dust because the fluid has overheated and lost its protective properties. Once you hear the whine, write the check. The highway limp mode nightmare gets scarier. Imagine you are driving on the highway, overtaking a truck at 70 miles per hour. Suddenly, your RPM drops, and the gas pedal stops working. The car slows down to 40. This is limp mode. The CVT computer detects the fluid is boiling hot, so it cuts power to save the transmission. It leaves you stranded in the middle of traffic with no power. It is not just an inconvenience. It is a safety hazard that has caused countless near-miss accidents. The weakest moment for a CVT is the launch. When you accelerate from a stop sign, the belt is under maximum tension to move the heavy car. This creates micro-slippage, over 50,000 miles. This start-stop traffic wears grooves into the metal cones. Once the cones are scarred, the transmission is dead. But wait, Toyota realized this flaw. So, they did something genius with their direct shift CVT. They added a physical, traditional first gear, just for launching. When you step on the gas, real gears move the car. The belt only engages after you are moving. This eliminates the stress on the belt. It is brilliant engineering. Have you noticed your CVT car pretending to shift gears? The RPM drops, then rises again. This is fake. It is a lie programmed into the computer. Engineers call it simulated step shifts. They make the transmission intentionally inefficient just to trick your brain into thinking you are driving a normal car. Now, let's expose the biggest lie in the industry: lifetime transmission fluid. Check your owner's manual. It often says the fluid never needs changing. This is a calculated deception. Lifetime to a manufacturer means the lifetime of the warranty, about 5 years or 60,000 miles. CVT fluid is not just oil. It is a complex chemical soup that provides friction and lubrication simultaneously. It shears down under heat. If you follow the lifetime advice and don't change it, your transmission will fail at 100,000 miles. Mechanics recommend changing it every 30,000 miles. Ignore the manual. Listen to the mechanic. The hidden filter's secret here is a secret dealerships won't tell you. Changing the fluid is not enough. Inside the transmission pan, there are two filters, a coarse metal strainer and a fine paper filter hidden inside the cooler line. Most quick lube shops ignore these. If you change the fluid but leave the dirty paper filter, the pressure drops, the belt slips, and your fresh fluid is useless. You must change the filters, or you are wasting your money. Subaru does it differently. They use a chain instead of a belt. The chain is stronger and can handle more torque, which is why they put it in their SUVs. It is better than the Nissan design, but it is loud, and if the solenoid body fails, which it often does, you are still looking at a very expensive repair. The off-road line marketing shows Super Foresters and Nissan Rogues climbing mountains. This is dangerous marketing. A CVT is strictly designed for pavement. If you try to climb a steep, rocky hill, the resistance on the wheels fights against the belt tension. The belt will slip. You will smell burning rubber. That is the smell of your $5,000 transmission dying. These are soft rotors, not off-roaders. There is one transmission, called a CVT, that isn't a CVT at all. The Toyota hybrid e-CVT found in the Prius. It has no belts, no cones, no hydraulics. It uses a planetary gear set with two electric motors. It is arguably the most reliable transmission ever made. The name e-CVT is terrible marketing for a bulletproof technology. Here is the financial trap. If a traditional automatic breaks, a mechanic can often fix a solenoid or replace a clutch pack. If a CVT breaks, it is usually game over. The internal damage spreads instantly. Metal shavings circulate through the system. Mechanics won't rebuild them, they replace them. Cost: $4,000 to $6,000. This affects your wallet even if it doesn't break. The used market knows which cars have time bomb transmissions. A used Nissan with a CVT depreciates like a falling rock. A used Toyota with an e-CVT holds its value like gold. You pay for the transmission when you buy, and you pay for it when you sell. For the enthusiast, the CVT is the death of joy. It disconnects the driver from the road. There is no connection between engine speed and wheel speed. It creates a droning sensation that makes a sporty car feel like a kitchen appliance. This is why the Honda Civic Type R still uses a manual. They know. Will CVTs disappear? No. Emissions regulations are getting stricter. CVTs keep the engine at the perfect RPM for fuel economy 100% of the time. Manufacturers are forced to use them to meet government targets. The manual transmission is dead, and the traditional automatic is dying. The rubber band is the future. If you must buy a car with a CVT, here is how you survive. First, never tow anything heavy. Second, do not launch hard from stoplights. Third, change that lifetime fluid every 30,000 miles religiously. Treat it like a delicate instrument, not a race car. If you want reliability, look for the exceptions. Mazda still uses traditional 6-speed automatics in the CX-5 and Mazda 3. They feel better and last longer. Or, buy a Toyota hybrid with the e-CVT. Do not blindly buy a logo. Buy the engineering underneath. The CVT is not purely evil, but it is misunderstood. It is a technology born from regulation and cost-cutting, not from a desire to make cars better to drive. It works fine for an appliance, but it introduces a failure point that never existed before. Does your car have a CVT? Do you love the smoothness or hate the drone? Let us know in the comments below, and tell us if you've ever been a victim of the Nissan Jatco failure. Subscribe to AutoSight-G for more engineering truths. Thanks for watching.